right, so if you've got your foam roller, just hold it sideways, and we're just going to start just with that light little swing from hip to hip, just to bring some looseness back into the spine, a little gentle movement into the shoulders. Cool, take one more swing side to side, and then we're gonna hug the roller in at the soft side body and then drag it across to the other side. Think of this as that kind of kayak maneuver, but we're pressing gently into the roller, so it's dragging across the belly from the soft side tissue in the side body and then over to the other side. Beautiful, one more drag each side. And then as you bring it back to center with just a light little press, you're gonna roll gently up towards the ribs, gently down towards the hip bones. Gently press in, up towards the ribs and down towards the hip bones. So this is a super gentle maneuver. Don't hurt yourself and don't push so hard that you can't breathe. Nice, one more up and down. And then we're gonna soften the knees, move that roller down past the hip bones, and then with a light little press, up and down the thighs. Keep a subtle bend in the knees. Beautiful, one more up and down. And then we're gonna move past the knee, so past over the knee points so that we're not pushing into the knees, and then walk all the way down to the ankles, and then just a nice little steamroll, pressing through the tops of the feet, down towards the toes, and then up towards the ankle. Beautiful, one more little press up and down, and then keep the roller on the ground, hands on the roller, and now we're stepping down into a tabletop position, so bring one knee down, and then the other, and then we're gonna move right into our puppy pose, but we're rolling back and forth. So we're gonna roll out nice and long, get a little stretch and reach, and then firm up your abdomen, pull the roller back in. Beautiful, roll it out, get a little stretch, pull it back in, use your abdominal muscles to help control that pulling back in. Nice, roll it out nice and long, pull it back up and in. Beautiful, two more to go here. Awesome. And then the next time you take it out, stay there. Try to keep your hips fairly in line with your knees. Let your arms rest kind of heavy on the roller. Let your chest drop down. Let your head drop between your arms if that's available. And take 3 nice big breaths. Cool. And then use your abdominal muscles. Pull up just a little bit. And then we're going to release the right hand and thread the needle. So right hand's going to thread through and underneath. The left hand is going to stay on the roller. There's a little rotation in the spine. Maybe you look under your left arm, take a nice big breath. And then gently press into the left arm to unwind, bringing the right arm onto the roller, lift the left arm off, and then thread that arm through. So left ear, left shoulder, reach towards the ground. You look under the right arm, but your ear and shoulder might not reach the ground here with the foam roller involved. Beautiful. When you're ready, nice and easy. Bring it all back up and in. And now we're going to bring the foam roller across the chest, and our elbows are going to go over the roller. So you're going to start by finding your way down onto the belly just a little bit, and then you're going to move the roller so it's across the top of the chest. Elbows and forearms are going to help support just a little bit, and then you're going to tune in for a second and see how that feels. So we want to stay on the muscle tissue, so think pectoralis muscles, and then just make sure you're finding that position, and then see if you can just soften a little bit. You might need to keep the elbows and forearms to help support so you're not putting too much body weight on the chest. And if you've had any top surgery, if you've had any corrective surgery, you might be super mindful here and just keep most of the weight in your elbows. But if it feels okay to soften a little bit onto the roller, let your chin tuck down towards the roller, and then lift your chin up slightly. Let your chin tuck down towards the roller, and then let your chin lift slightly. Chin tuck down, and then lift it slowly. Nice. And then bring your head to a neutral position, push into your hands and your elbows so that you can come up. And then we're going to take that roller off to the side, and place it under the bicep. So we're going to place it under the top part of the arm, close to the elbow joint if you can. And then we're going to take a couple of flips of the palm. So we're flipping the palm up towards the ceiling and then flipping it the other way. Beautiful. Take one more flip of the palm, and then we're going to roll a little bit in and out. So palm facing down towards the floor. You're going to shimmy your shoulders, find a little rock side to side. Nice. One more little rock side to side, and then we're going to move it on up and in. So think about finding the middle of that bicep and then back to that palm flip. So we're rolling the palm in one direction and then flipping it the other way. Beautiful. One more little flip of the palm, and then we're going to palm face down, rock a little side to side. Nice. One more little rock side to side, and then we're going to move it on up and in again, now getting nice and close towards the armpit, but we're going to stay off of the armpit. So we're still going to stay on the muscles of the arm. Flip your palm and then flip it the other way. Cool. And then with this last flip here, can you flip your palm facing behind you or down towards the end of your mat? So you're finding your deltoid muscle, that little top roundy part of your shoulder, onto the roller. And then if you can find that, gently roll, super small and mindful, so you're really paying attention. And just find that little shimmy of the shoulder side to side. Beautiful. One more little roll side to side. And then release your palm. Now we're going to turn our roller at an angle, and then we're going to see if we can find our chest muscle. So you're going to move that roller around, see if you can lay over it just a little bit, and then finding your chest muscle. So not in the armpit, but more across the chest. And then if you can find that, your right arm is going to just kind of have a soft hovering position, so the elbow is slightly off the ground. And then imagine that you're smoothing the waters. So you're just kind of circling your palm, letting your elbow gently move with you. So the elbow and the palm are off the ground. And you might find that your left elbow and forearm are just helping support, so you're not putting too much body weight onto the roller. Nice. And then smooth the waters in the other direction. Beautiful. One more circle around, and then both hands on the ground. You're going to lift up and then take that roller over and across, take it to the other side, and we're working into the left bicep. So we're going to let the arm find the roller close to the elbow joint, but off of the elbow joint itself. And then right away, we find that palm flip. So we're rolling the palm in one direction and then flipping it the other way. Beautiful. One more flip of the palm, and then palm facing down, a little shimmy of the shoulders, rock a little side to side. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, move that roller on up and in. So we're finding the middle of the bicep, and then right back to that palm flip, rolling in one direction and then rolling the other way. Beautiful. And then palm facing down, a little shimmy of the shoulders, rock side to side. Nice. So one more little rock side to side, and then bring it on up and in, a little close to the armpit, but still staying on the arm muscle itself. And then back to that palm flip, flipping up and then flipping the other way. Awesome. And then this time, can you flip the palm so the palm is facing down towards the end of your mat? And then we're finding that top round part of the shoulder, if you can locate it, and then just a little gentle rock side to side. Beautiful. One more little rock side to side, and then press into your right arm to help lift you up a little bit. And then we're going to turn the roller at an angle. So now we're going to see if we can find that pectoral muscle. So we're angling out. So we're laying the chest onto the roller, and then you just might need to scooch it around and rearrange it. So you're not in the armpit, but you're in the muscles of the chest. And then once you found it, your right hand is going to help support, but your left hand is going to hover, and you're just going to smooth the water. So you're going to take that hand and circle it around. Cool, and then smooth the waters the other way. Beautiful, one more time around, and then both hands on the ground, press your way up. We're gonna work our way up into a tabletop position. Take that roller and move it on down so that we can locate our thighs or the tops of our thighs. So move that roller with you, and then we're gonna lower ourselves down so we're on the thigh muscles, not on the bony hip points. Once you found your way there, toes on the ground, elbows and forearms down, and just take a nice gentle roll up and down 2 to 3 inches. One more roll up and down, and then you're either going to move manually or just scooch down onto the roller, but we're going to move that roller down so it's the middle part of the thighs. Once you found your way there, toes on the ground, elbows and forearms down, and rock yourself forward and back. Nice. One more rock forward and back, and then we're going to move it down to the bottom portion of the thighs. So either lift up and move it manually or scoot yourself around, whichever works better for you. Once you've got yourself there, rock yourself forward and back. We're staying off of the knee joint, so we stay off of those bony landmarks. One more roll up and down, and then see if you can take it into a nice big maneuver. So think roll all the way up to the tops of the thighs and all the way down. So that means you might want to lift your toes and then use a little bit of reach through the elbows and forearms. Make sure you keep a firmness in your belly so that your low back feels supported. Awesome. One more roll up and down, and then push your way back up into a tabletop position. And then we're going to place the roller underneath the shins. So you're going to step your knees over the roller, knees stay off of the roller, and then just take those knees, pull them toward your elbows, and then push the heels away. Pull the knees in and push away. Beautiful. 3 more just like that. Awesome. And then when you're ready, sit yourself all the way back. And then we're going to move that roller around so that we can sit onto the roller on our butts. So find yourself seated on the roller with your feet about shoulder width distance apart, and rearrange yourself in any way that works good for you so that you feel good and solid on your roller. And then we're going to just start with that gentle windshield wiper with the knees. Awesome. And then we're going to take it a little further. So we're going to roll from hip to hip. More specifically, when I say hip to hip in this maneuver, we're rolling across the bottom of the glutes or across the thickest part of your butt and then over onto your side glutes. Cool. Now, the next time you come over to the right, stay there, and we're going to just play around with that right knee. So we're going to let the knee drop down and then pull the knee up, and we're staying leaned into the side of the glutes. Beautiful. One more up and down with that knee, and then knees in whatever position works good for you, and you're just going to roll up and down. Beautiful. One more up and down here. And then when you're ready, take it over and across to the other side. Stay on that side. And then it's that up and down position with the knee. So we just stay leaning into that left glute and lift your knee up and down. Awesome. One more up and down with the knee, and then take it into a roll up and down. Nice. One more roll up and down. and then bring it back to center, both hands on the roller. You're going to lift your butt up and off the roller. And then we're going to take it into low back, but we're going to be super careful and we're going to be super mindful. And we're going to make sure we keep everything supported. So you're going to hug that roller nice and tight up against your low back and then lean slightly over onto the right. So you're going to push into your elbow and forearm. So your low back is going to find the roller, but it's in the soft tissue, and mostly the weight is in your leg and in your shoulder. And then from here, you're going to give a gentle roll. If you need to rearrange your elbow, take a second to find a position that feels supportive, but most of the strength of this hold is in the shoulder and in the legs. So we're not putting too much weight in that unsupported area. Nice. One more little roll up and down here. And then with control, set your butt down and we're going to take it over to the other side. So you're going to hug that roller nice and tight up against the low back, elbow on the ground, legs do the heavy lifting. Once you've found that soft tissue, gently roll up and down. Make sure most of the weight is being supported by your leg and your arm. Beautiful. One more roll up and down. And then when you're ready, with control, release your butt down to the ground. And now we're going to roll over onto the right side, and we're going to take the roller so that it's going to be under the armpit and under the side of the body, but the right arm is going to come up across the top of the roller. Legs in a zigzag pattern or legs stacked, totally up to you. But we're going to just take the top hand, reach palm to palm, open up into a little twist, and let your gaze follow your hand so you're looking behind you. And then when you're ready, bring it back in, palm to palm, and then reach that hand back and find a little twist. Beautiful. Take a few more times, just rolling at your pace. Nice. And then the next time that hand reaches back and your gaze follows, stay there for a second. Let that backhand get nice and heavy. Turn your head just as far as feels comfortable. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then with control, bring it all up and in. And then we're just going to roll over onto the other side. So prop yourself up, scoot your butt around, placing that roller underneath the armpit. Left arm is going to lay flush against the top of the roller, and then your knees in whatever position feels good. So you can zigzag or stack your legs, whatever feels better. Palm to palm, and then open up into a twist, look behind you, and then bring it back in. And then just take a few times working at your pace. Nice. And then the next time you open up into that twist, reach back, let your hand get nice and heavy. Look as far as you can towards that hand. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bring it back in with control, prop yourself up. We're going to spin it around so our butt's on the ground, and we're going to place the roller underneath the shoulder blades. Cool. And then once you've found your way there, hands behind the head just to support the head and the neck. Lean back just a little bit, and then exhale to come up. Lean back just a little bit. Exhale to come up. One more just like that. Lean back just a little bit. Exhale to come up. And then if you like, lean back into that back bend. So you're going to let your hands release, reaching up and overhead, let your head drop back just as far as feels comfortable. It should be something you can breathe through and control and come up and out of. Take one more breath. And then with control, contract the abdominal muscles, draw yourself back up, crisscross your arms across the chest, and then start to rock a little side to side. Nice. And then the next time you roll over to the right, stay there, push into your feet, lift your butt up, and give a nice gentle roll up and down. One more roll up and down. And then set your butt down, come back to center, and then switch the cross in your arms. So crisscross the other way, and then back to that roll side to side. Beautiful. And then the next time you roll over to the left, stay there, push into your feet, lift your butt up, and give a gentle roll up and down here. Nice. One more roll up and down, and then set your butt down, come back to center, and we're going to release the arms into cactus or goalpost arms, and then start to do the big roll up the shoulder. So you can let your arms move with you, rolling from the shoulder blades all the way up to the tops of the shoulders. But if it feels better to support the head, you can always bring your hands behind your head to help keep your head and your neck supported. One more good roll up and down, and then lower your butt to the ground, move that roller on up so that it's underneath your head like a pillow. Let your hands rest wherever feels the most comfortable, and then just start to find that gentle rock of your head side to side. One more rock of your head side to side. And then as your head comes to center, you're going to just reach up, grab the roller, lift your head up, move the roller out from underneath your head. We're going to take the roller and place it underneath the legs. So underneath the bent position of the legs, and then move the roller on up and in. So you're going to lift your butt up and place the roller underneath your hip bones. So it's underneath your butt, underneath your tailbone, underneath that strong supportive structure. Once you've got it there, let everything be soft and heavy. Let your hips get heavy onto the roller. Let your thighs get soft. Let your arms soften. Take a little time here just to breathe. Let gravity do the work for you. One more breath. And then hands are going to hold the roller just to get that sense of stability. We're going to lift the knees up to start. So both knees are going to be lifted. Tailbone is on the roller. And then see if it feels good to just float your legs up towards the ceiling. So for my yoga friends, think legs up the wall. But we want to keep a soft bent knee position so you're not efforting too much or yanking against the hamstring. So we really just want to find that soft elevation of the hips, the softness in the legs, a little softness in the feet and the toes, and then take 3 nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, bend your knees back down. We're going to keep those hips on the roller. And we're going to take the knees, draw them in circles, go in one direction. Nice. And then take your knees, draw them in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. One more circle around, and then set your feet back down on the ground, push into your feet, lift your hips up, move that roller out from underneath you. And we're going to finish on the long roller today. So go ahead and roll your way on up and then rearrange your roller so that it's going long ways on your mat. And then you're just going to sit your tailbone onto the tip of the roller and then work down the length of the spine. So come down with control, make sure it's in a good position so that your head is supported on the roller. And then once you found your way there, walk your feet so they're in a sturdy position. So maybe they're about shoulder width distance apart, feet nice and firm on the ground. Arms are going to open out nice and wide, palms facing up. And then we're going to bring them in and just give yourself a little hug, crisscrossing one elbow on top of the other. Open your arms out nice and wide. Backs of the hands find the floor if they can. And then other arm comes on top, crisscross, give yourself a little hug. And then we're going to take that a few times, alternating the top hand. So you give yourself a little hug, one elbow on top, and then open the arms wide, and then the other arm comes on top. Nice. Take one more time each side. And then let your arms come out nice and wide, palms facing up. Let your shoulder blades get nice and heavy, hugging around the roller. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Cool. And then we're going to take it into some snow angel arms. So we're going to reach the hands down towards the hips and then reach them up and overhead and just find that nice, gentle gliding motion. One more up and down. And then when your hands come back down towards the hips, left hand is going to stay towards the hip, right hand is going to reach up, and then we're going to alternate that little swim. So hands will meet in the center and then switch and reach. So get a little bit of a reach through that top arm like you're reaching for something above your head, and then reach through the bottom arm like you're reaching for something down towards your heels. Beautiful. Take one more time each side or even yourself out. And then when you're ready, come back to that open arm position. So palms facing up, arms nice and wide, straight out from the shoulders. And then just allow a little time here. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. Cool. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll off of your roller, rolling onto one side, come off with control. And then if you like, you can either sit on the floor in a crisscross position or sit onto your roller in a crisscross position. So whatever works good for you here so that you can find a nice comfortable seat. And then we're just going to move into the head and neck just a little bit. So let your hands rest wherever feels good. And then start with just a gentle tick-tock of your head side to side. So think ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Cool. Now, the next time your right ear comes towards your right shoulder, you're going to stay there. And then the left hand is either going to reach out and find the end of the roller so you can find a little length through the arm and the shoulder and the side of the neck. Or if you're seated on the floor, just let your hand touch the floor. Nice. Take one more breath. Gently lift your head up, and then we're going to take it over to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. Right hand is going to either find the end of the roller or just reach towards the floor. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, lift your head up. Hands are just going to rest wherever's most comfortable. And we're just going to draw little tiny figure eights with the nose. Awesome. One more little figure eight here. And then when you're ready, head comes to a neutral position. Uncross your legs, hands on the roller if that feels good. Lift your butt up. Take it into a light little forward fold just to reach down towards your toes. And then bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll on up. Give your shoulders a little shrug. Man, you guys are awesome. Nice work today. Be sure to drink plenty of water. You know.